Hi, my name is Prumihimo and I've got a lovely little earring design to show you today. And what's really great about this is it's made from leftovers. With Kumihimo, because it's quite difficult and in some cases impossible to add in extra cord if you run out, we generally use really generous quantities to start with. And that would normally be 3 times the finished length you require for each cord. And this often means that you get to the length that you need for your bracelet or necklace and you've still got cord on your disc. Now what I do is I always braid right to the end of that cord. And when I'm making my design, I just put that bit of cord aside. So I seal the ends with a knot or with glue so it doesn't unravel and just put it aside. And there are so many other things you can use it for. So this is one of those ideas. And this is one of my favourites because you can make a really pretty little matching pair of earrings to go with the design that you've just made. And all you need for this is a little bit of Kumihimo. So you need about, it depends because you can make these earrings as large or as small as you like, but you probably need a minimum of about 15 centimetres. So that's around 5 or 6 inches. And it can be in 2 parts as well, so it could be 2 ends of the 2 bits that you've cut off, 2 ends of a braid. So really what I need to do now is show you what the earrings look like close up. So here's a close-up of these little earrings. It's a simple idea, but it's effective, and you can use any sort of cord, any sort of braid. They can be made on any of the disc, plate or Prumihimo disc. It really doesn't matter. It's just a way of using up those little end pieces and making something effective. So it's a simple design. We're going to just loop round and stick into an end cap. Now, most end caps are round. You may find you have oval end caps, which are much easier to use because when we're putting 2 cords into an end cap, we really have a bit of an oval shape. But I'm going to show you how to make it work with round end caps because those are the most commonly found. So here's my scrap of braid. It's important to be accurate with your measuring so that both earrings are the same. So what you need to do is just allow a little bit at the end and then measure up with a marker pen, measure up the length of the earring. Now I find somewhere between 5 and 8 centimetres will make the best sort of bracelet. And so that is really between about 2 and 3 inches. So for this one, I'm going to do 5 centimetres. So as I say, I'm going to just leave a little bit at the end to give myself some leeway. And then I'm going to mark with my marker pen. And this is going to be under the end cap, so you don't need to worry about that showing. And then I'm going to mark there. So I'm going to do 1 earring at a time. And now what I'm going to do is bind these braids together. And what's the reason for the binding is I want to make these 2 braids as round as possible so they fit my end cap. And the way I'm going to do that is quite simply with some nice strong thread, something like Fireline or Wildfire. And then I'm just going to first of all start by embedding the thread and securing it in one part of the braid. So I'm going right through that dot I've marked. And this part, I'm just trying to get that thread to stay firm. Just there we go. So I'm going to go through 3 or 4 times until I'm happy that it's firm. It's not moving now. So now what I'm going to do is push as hard as I can. I want those dots close together, and now I'm going to really bind as tightly as I can until I've got a neat little binding. This is all going to be hidden, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to secure that thread in the braid so it won't go anywhere. And once more we'll do it. So now what you need to do is trim off these ends and glue this little section here. So your glue needs to go from the binding about 2 millimeters away from the binding. And you can use any glue you like, but ideally it should be the same type of glue as the glue that you're going to use to attach your glue-in end cap to the loop. Now I have one I have done already, so this is what it should look like. I've trimmed off the end and I've got a glued section, and the other point is when the glue is touch dry but still quite malleable, that is also when you can really squeeze it to get it round, to get it to fit your cap. And so all that needs to happen now is a drop of glue popped in there, the end cap popped on, a jump ring, and your earring finding. And that can be any sort of finding that you like. And the reason that I'm putting a jump ring in there is to give really pretty articulation. Now, the final thing you do need to watch out for is the way this top of the end cap, the way the hole is facing. So think it through so that you're sure that you get the loop. You really want the loops like that. So they're both round facing you, and so your jump ring will fit in the middle and it will hang correctly. That's something you can have a play with yourself. And then all you need to do is take your second piece of cord, piece of braid, and do exactly the same thing, making sure that you mark it up so that it's the same size. Have fun! Thank you for watching that, and I hope you enjoyed that. And I hope that gave you ideas of great ways to use up the scraps that would otherwise be wasted. I love wearing these earrings. I think they're really light to wear and eye-catching as well. And it's great that they're used from something that would otherwise be thrown in the bin. And I've got other ideas of using up those scraps. So if you'd like to know about those, look out for future videos. And so if you're not already subscribed to this channel, just hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and you will be notified when I have future videos. You might also want to visit my website, where you'll find lots of great designs for the round disc, for the square plate, and for the Prumihimo disc. And in the meantime, when you're braiding, whatever sort of braid you're doing, if you've got any leftover braid, put it to one side because I've got ideas for it. So until then, bye.